You know, it's the busiest time of year, and we're all so busy, so why wouldn't we just take a break and play a game? I want to challenge you to a Best Fiends game. You guys, Best Fiends is a match 3 style puzzle and adventure game, all rolled into one. And with more levels being added all the time, Jeanna she'll never beat the game.
I'll never beat the game. I'll never put it down. I will forever be playing Best Fiends.
You will.
And I love that if you don't have Wi-Fi, you can still play it.
So even if your holiday travels take you off the beaten path, you can still play Best Fiends.
Best Fiends has it all. An amazing storyline, collectible fiends, and tons of fun puzzles.
My favorite thing about playing Best Fiends is playing it with my best fiend.
You're my best fiend.
You're my best fiend. Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best
Fiends. Fiends.
Fiends.
Hey guys, welcome back to Brooke and Jeanna. Brooke, you can take it from there.
Oh, thanks, Jeanna Marie.
Yeah, hey, you're welcome.
Hey, if you guys are longtime listeners, then you definitely have listened to the episode where we had Cammy on when she was pregnant. And we've been meaning to have her back on. And it's, now Zoe's all healthy, out of control, cute and wild. And now we've got her on. And not only is it because she loves us so much that she may be doing this as a favor, so me and Jeanna have something
huge favor
more to talk about.
Something to talk about. Yes,
but
we're indebted to you.
What are we gonna talk about, though?
You,
yeah. So Camille LeBlanc.
About me.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this. So Cammy has games. She won the CrossFit Games, that whole stint, just like me, but way better and way longer. She was way better and she did it for way longer. I'm not ashamed, dude. I'm proud. I'm so proud of you. And you can correct me. Actually, I'm going to say this, Cam, but then you can kind of tell the story. But after having Zoe and, getting out of the hospital and everything like that, for her business and for, I think, like a personal goal too, she started training for a bikini competition. And it kind of just, if you're like Cammy or me, and probably even like Jeanna too, it can be tough to put so much of your time and effort into those big goals like training and nutrition and diet when you don't have like something you're working towards, or it's like your why. Your why has to be really, really important and really big, or it can be very easy to be too tired to go to the gym or to get your training in or to, push really hard. And I've even thought about that if I were to ever have a baby. I think it would be really helpful to get ready for a bikini show or get ready for something like that, to just give you another little extra bit of motivation to help you, I guess, make those changes back to your body, because you just went through so many changes physically. And I know nothing about that, but the two of you do. So
I think you need to be like very careful with like your type of personality. For me, it's not there's so many reasons why I did this. Like one is I'm like tired of people like telling a woman that, oh, if you have a baby, you're ruined. It's like this thing of like not only saying this, but also kind of like giving this excuse of like, because you have, I don't want to say excuse, but it's almost a badge of honor that a lot of people throw out there, that like, if you become a mom, you have to sacrifice everything about yourself for the kids. Otherwise you're selfish and you're not giving enough. And like that to me, it feels like, complete BS, because in order to be my best mom, I have to feel my best self and be like, I think my most healthy self. And that includes my mental health, my physical health. And if that goes away, everything goes away, because then you get, resentful that you're not taking care of you. So for me, it was important to have some sort of accountability to kind of reach those two goals, right? To like make sure I was putting energy in doing something for me, so I could feel like I had, my time, my taking care of me. So when I would be with my baby, I could be like with her 100%. And also I don't, if you tell me something can happen, I'll double down on that thing. So everyone telling me that I'll never get my body back and blah, 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 for me was like, well, I'm going to find a way to not only get my body back, but look the way I've always wanted to look and show you what's up. And the last thing was, I just want to help people do this. So how can I do it? I'm going to go to the complete extreme of all of it. And I'm going to push as hard as I can so I can dial it back for my clients and see where in this whole journey I think is the healthiest for most, and what kind of ratio and rate is good speed-wise for people to start changing their body. I wouldn't like make people do what I did, because it was, the most intense and extreme. And it required, so much discipline that I don't know how healthy long-term it is, even though it took me a long time. Get out of here. But also, for this show, like the other thing about it that I think you need to be careful with is the same way that, I think a lot of women get depression after giving birth, because it's such a huge event. You kind of need to be careful with all those big events in your life, because if you can easily get depressed or easily, like once you don't have those goals, like fall in this dark hole, like you need to build something that is based around, I think, habits and how you feel and how this is like constructive to your life and not just like an end game.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I think especially with your coaching, I feel like there's so many more women who have had, because I think that's another thing is when women have kids, they're kind of like, oh, well, I couldn't do that. I mean, they haven't had a child yet, so they don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's like a good excuse for us to kind of like let ourselves, I mean, for lack of a better word, like let ourselves go or whatever, because, somebody like that's been an athlete and all this stuff telling pregnant, or mothers that, you can do this. It's like, well, now you've done it.
Yeah. And also, sadly, I think our society and everything, like the market on the side of like changing your body and weight loss is like super saturated, but saturated in like toxic, poisonous, and hurtful information,
misinformation.
People are desperate to get healthier and they're willing to put the work in, but all the path that is giving out there is like just based on the wrong thing. It's not based on changing your habits, helping people understand their body, building awareness, working on things like specific macros to target hormonal response, or bringing a specific timing around the food and like building habit. And those are all the things we do with Féroce. Most of the thing out there is just based on like extreme dieting and extreme calorie deficit, or extreme like cutting things out, which, every diet is going to work, but it doesn't mean that it will be sustainable. And that's when I think when you reach this like end game of your goal, people just don't know where to go from there, because it was never a habit that was built. It was never a thing that you work around building a lifestyle. And it was more a thing of, I'm just going to sacrifice for 30 days and, see
I want this quick fix. End. I want it now.
Yeah. And that's the issue. The baby's awake and she is letting us know. By yelling as hard as she can.
Yes.
Is that what she's doing?
Yeah.
Does she yell for you or Dave more?
A real cry is for me.
Yeah.
I think because when she's with me, I mean, she's mostly with me. Dave does an amazing job, though. He's such a good dad. But when she's with me, I'm always, Papa, Papa. So
Yeah.
because I always say Papa, she's always saying Papa now. And I'm like, oh, Mama.
What about me?
Mama.
With you all day long? Cute.
Yeah, I think I just don't think there's much of a pathway for people to achieve their goal, which is literally why I pretty much created my business, because I wanted to create for myself at first, going from a professional athlete to a non-professional athlete. I wanted to create something that would allow balance in my life, because I'm tired. Did them. Ah! Can I give her a hug? Here.
Zoe
she is.
Oh.
Hi, Zoe.
Girl time, coffee time with the girls.
Hi.
Hi, pretty girl. Did you have a nappy?
She's so happy.
Did you have a nap?
Hi, Zoe.
Hi. You are too much. Hello, pretty girl.
Gosh, she's
Hello.
so cute.
She is so cute. Look at her. Oh, I can't wait for grandbabies. Oh. What? Say what? Oh.
She says, my lifestyle is mac and cheese and cheese.
Oh, well, that's been my life, unfortunately. Also,
And I'm gonna eat the keys.
I want mac and cheese and Cheez-Its.
Oh, yeah.
dude,
That
did you
was
see?
like the hardest thing for me during prep,
Really?
was giving her like her food.
Oh, her food and not being able to take a little.
Because I mean, she's not on a diet.
Right? No.
She's
No,
gaining
Zoe.
the same thing.
Zoe. When's her birthday, Cam?
July 13.
Oh, okay. So is she like 1.5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Hi, Zoe. Hi. Hello. You do what my grandma always did. She always go, Peepa.
She said, what?
My grandma never said peekaboo.
She said,
She has
Peepa.
Yeah, she has this like thick Southern accent she's from Mississippi, and she'll always go, Peepa.
That's so funny.
I know.
Grandparents do the funniest thing.
I know. Oh my gosh, she always had the funniest little things.
I love
I'm just talking like she's passed. She's alive.
I
She's
love
98.
older people because they don't have the energy to give a damn anymore.
No, just say whatever.
They're just themselves.
Dude, we were just at Christmas, and my grandma, she has a full-time caregiver, but the caregiver was off for Christmas. And so my uncle was staying with her. And so we all went over there, and she's like, Jeanna, go over and get that silver box over there. And I was like, okay. So I bring it over, and it's like this big box. And so she starts pulling the drawers out, and she's like, this is the jewelry that Tessa's selling. And it's the same quality as Nordstrom. And look, don't you love these earrings? And she's like literally pushing this jewelry on us. And I was like, Grandma, are you getting a cut from this? Like, what is going on? Like, she's literally trying to peddle all of this jewelry to us. And I was like, we need to really figure out like what's going on with Grandma's caregiver right now. Like, I can just see her having her like sitting out in front of like a Starbucks or something, like selling jewelry for her.
This is like
Sweet little old woman.
I'm just picturing Billy Madison.
Yes.
Oh, no, sorry, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore with like, but my hands hurt.
Your back's gonna hurt.
Your back's gonna hurt.
That movie is such a classic.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
so good.
It's the busiest time of year, and we're all so busy. So why wouldn't we just
Take a break.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Take a break and play a game. Got a lot of stuff to get done, but you know what I'm going to do? I want to challenge you to a Best Fiends game. You guys, Best Fiends is a match 3 style puzzle and adventure game, all rolled into one. And with more levels being added all the time, Jeanna she'll never beat the game.
I'll never beat the game. I'll never put it down. I will forever be playing Best Fiends.
You will.
I'm a fiend.
You are a fiend.
And I love that if you don't have Wi-Fi, you can still play it.
So even if your holiday travels take you off the beaten path, you can still play Best Fiends.
Best Fiends has it all. An amazing storyline, collectible fiends, and tons of fun puzzles.
My favorite thing about playing Best Fiends is playing it with my best fiend.
You're my best fiend.
You're my best fiend. Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best
Fiends. Fiends.
Fiends.
So Cam, do you think that you will do another bikini show? You did how many? Wait, did you do 3 or 2?
I did 2. Yeah, I think I'll most likely do another one. What I'm working on right now is like how to keep increasing my metabolism as I keep my body composition closer to where I would like it to be. And I'm like trying to figure out like where it's no longer healthy. Like I'm like kind of trying to push like that limit on that side with the body fat to see like where it is doable to bring people in a place that is sustainable to stay there kind of forever. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah.
So like right now, and I mean, you need to keep in mind, like I lost like about like 60 pounds since
that's crazy.
So it's like, it's kind of, I'm saying borderline. It is quite an extreme transformation. Though I did it in an extremely healthy way, over 16 months. But I didn't like how the past 3 weeks looked like for me.
Felt and looked like. Yeah. So tired.
Like the amount of food that I ingested and all of that, which was also, needed, I guess, to like completely let go and also build more awareness on like my relationship with food after that, I guess. But also my goal is like really to find balance and like help people like have like a real expectation. It's like I really want to feel balanced for myself, but I'm also like taking all those data and like this study and learning so much about everything that I'm trying to like put all of that together. So that's kind of what my program is about. So what I do in my business is kind of always changing because I'm just getting more and more data and knowledge about everything. And I just really want to create something that is like real and concrete. So I don't believe in like people who just look at the science and never did anything, because it's so hard to, like, for example, tell your clients, oh yeah, you should eat whole food and like stay away from sugar and blah, 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 but you've never done it. Mm-hmm. It's like, how can you understand this? And to be honest, going through a whole prep like this, something that I've learned about that I think was dramatically helped me, like help with the craving of sugar, was really focusing a lot more on glycemic index of food, which is not something that I've never done before. And it was like a huge shift. Like once I like started eating food that had like a low glycemic index, like the craving pretty much completely went away. And it was like very eye-opening. But unless, if I just look at the study and things like that and don't like really go myself, like I don't think I would have like learn it the way I did.
Well, and
So,
there's so much to be said for a coach who not only do you know like the science, right? You can explain to somebody why.
Yeah.
But it makes it, the relationship that you have with your clients can become there's so much more trust there and understanding when your client knows that, and like even from a coach's position, you have firsthand experienced all of it. So I think that it makes, there's such a deeper connection you have with your clients, and having that trust that they have with you, that's very hard to come by. And you'll find that your clients, because they have that, they don't need to be like these people that are bouncing around from place to place to place, because a lot of people, when we want changes or we're wanting to do, wanting to make some sort of change, whether it's like gaining weight, gaining muscle, losing weight, whatever, leaning out, we want, especially because this day and age, they want this quick fix, and it's like, and when they're stressed and they feel like they just want control, but they don't know where to start, you'll find yourself bouncing from one thing to another thing to another thing, because you're just like, where do I fit? What's going to work? Who has the magic information or the magic, nutrition plan or whatever? But in reality, we all know you don't need anything that's like this magic thing. It's just to find just to start and to find one thing that's pretty plain, pretty normal, and pretty universal, but nobody wants to hear that. But when you can hear it from somebody who has firsthand experience, there's a sense of relief. I think for anyone who has that stress of, okay, I need to lose 50 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds. I don't know where to start. And honestly, gives you a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And so you doing it all firsthand it just makes you an even better coach.
It's more beneficial.
I just struggle with like the marketing part. Because I feel like it's like I work so hard and I do so much like here that like when it's time to put like a video on Instagram that is like, I don't even know what to say.
I know.
like a reel over that music and be like avoid, and then they're like dancing is like, I just can't do it. And it's like, it's killing me because I know like that's what like work. It's like what works. It seemed to be working really well for a lot of people. And also where I get like super triggered because I'll see that stuff and they all say the same thing. And I'm like, just please stop telling this to people. But
oh my gosh.
I think I just don't have the heart to do it. And also like, for some reason, I always feel like I'm not enough, which is super sad to say, but it's true because as much as I might know now, I just always know that I don't know,
Right.
So it's like I need to like trust myself more because I have definitely like an insane, tremendous, like insane experience that like literally almost no one has. But I'm still like, I think my, I guess most people don't know this, but I have a chemical engineering background. And I think because I have this scientific approach, I'm like, we just don't have enough data about this yet, Right. And I'm like, we need more data before I can like, put it out there. I'm not comfortable enough. And, meanwhile, you have like people without any experience that are just like, vomiting the one thing that they've heard. And like, literally, this is the one that frustrates me the most. It's like everyone putting this freaking video on Instagram that is like, you want to lose weight, you must be in a calorie deficit. But I will never tell you how or or
Right.
how it may affect your body,
Right.
or what is too much, what is too little, like where should you start? Like, no, but be in a calorie deficit. It's like, well, no shit, let me not eat in a day. I might lose weight. Yeah.
Right.
Will.
Right. And
It'll come at a cost.
yes.
But you will shut down your metabolism, and at a point you will be eating almost nothing and start gaining a ton of weight and not understand why. And we'll be back in a yo-yo diet, but I'll look like an expert on Instagram because all I'm saying is to be in a calorie deficit with cool music and then telling you what not to do.
Cam, now I'm just picturing you, like, not even your body, but your head on one. Have you guys seen those videos where you can take
like the jib jabs?
Yes, the jib jabs.
Yes.
You can like take the faces and puts it on like the little elf bodies or the little bodies. But it's just, I just see Cammie's face and it's just like you did jumping and just pointing at words.
That's funny. I'm kind of hating on them a little, but truthfully, I'm very jealous that they're willing to put themselves out there, because I wish I was more willing to do that, but I just can't.
I don't think there's anything wrong with not wanting to do that.
No, Cam,
personally.
I hope there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with it, because then that would mean that there's something wrong with me as well, because I also can't do that.
It's just not me. Like, nothing wrong with them doing that. Like, it's them. It's just not me. But I do need to be better at, like, I don't know, doing more podcasts, for example, or like. But there's a point, like, and I think like going back to like, mom, like trying to put more time into themselves and things like that. Like, something that I've learned is that not sleeping for 1.5 years, I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm tired.
Exhausting.
And like with COVID and like you just like are home and it's like really 24 hours 7 with no relief. And like, it's like the day that like you're like almost, I don't know. I feel like it's always fall on that day with my baby that like I'm about to literally fall apart. And of course that night she's going to be teething and she's going to have a fever and I'm not going to sleep for sure. And then I'm going to, yell at Dave for no reason. And then I'm going to feel like the worst person ever. And then now I'm apologizing, which is like, there's like, I don't know. It's hard. So I also understand like that side. But it does like break my heart to see, not just like, women that were pregnant, but people that want to take their health and wellness in hand and just have the wrong progression and the wrong help. And they work so hard. And then not only do they not get results, like they almost like bounce back worse than where they started. And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I think it's very common, unfortunately. And like you said, with all of this, people are being inundated with all of this bullshit, and they're become suckers to it. And like you said, they're not getting enough information.
And the quick fix is, I think part of it is our perception of time is like wrong when we are not ourselves doing something. So for example, it took me 16 months to get to where I'm at today.
Right.
In my book, that's not a quick fix.
Yeah, no. It doesn't seem like a quick fix. No, it's not.
Like a long, consistent grind with discipline. There's up and down through this whole thing. But overall, the consistency was there. I wasn't 100% perfect. I wasn't even 90% perfect. I was maybe around like 70, 80% like perfect, right? Which is, I think it's very doable. But for people, because they were not the one doing it, their perception of time is, wow, you bounce back fast. And
right. Right.
Did not feel like that.
This did not feel fast.
It was not fast. No.
Right.
And also I just had to trust the process, which I think is what is really hard for people to do, because they create this thing in their head. Like somehow it took me like 2 weeks And it really didn't. And I also went through depression through that. And we're also in a pandemic, and there's also all those things, and also own a business. I work full time, and I'm not saying that like you need to have all those things. I'm just saying it's doable. It's very doable. It's just having the right plan. And again, like, I think because I had the right plan, my weight loss rate was the right rate where I can keep going.
Right.
Like if you're trying to lose 5 to 10 pounds a week, it's not gonna work. It's too much. You're gonna freak out, and you're not gonna be able to stop eating once you start.
I was gonna say, I feel like you just like feel like you're gonna collapse.
Yeah, you're always tired, and then you like don't like where you're headed because your brain completely likes sugar, so it's hard to carbs. Your brain, mostly works on carbs, so you're like, you're really struggling to be present. You're struggling to be, have your mood and your hormones balanced, and then you became a person that you don't.
You become like a tired dummy.
Yeah, but that's also always like hangry.
Right. How do you feel like the transition? I mean, as far as like you've always been in like the CrossFit world and then going into this world, because I've had friends that have done these before, and I've gone and seen a show before. And all I've thought is, oh my God, I could never get up there and do those poses. Like that butt one, like the bent over. I was going to say.
Yeah. It definitely, as I was, so the way I did it is I signed up for this show before I even started the prep. Because I was like, if I sign up, I'm going to be committed because I'm about to be naked on a stage.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to,
I have to do this.
But it's like, I think that like, it was like the more I worked towards it, the less I cared. It was like, fine. And then, I don't know, it's like,
it probably feels more normal because everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, but also I feel like there's like a point in your brain, well, for me, that it was like, boo boo.
Oh, welcome back, B.
Dude, my nose it's just like dripping.
Oh.
And I just kept, that's why I muted it finally. You guys, I muted my computer because I'm over here just going. And I kept thinking like, as Cammie's talking or as you were talking, like, is that in the recording? Just in the background, people can just hear me going.
Sniffing.
Yeah.
just doing some blow back there.
Yeah, I think
I'm just no, not nearly as fun. It's more like just bright red nose.
Just I'm over here.
Not a drug addict. Just I got a cold.
And it's not the vid.
No, it's actual night allergies.
Oh yeah. Hi, baby. You're back.
We were talking, Brooke, about like showing my butt on stage.
Oh yeah, I was asking her because I said doing the transition into like doing the what do you call it?
A bodybuilding show.
Bodybuilding. Yeah. I said, because I was asking her about the poses, because I've had a friend do them before. The butt one. Because I almost feel like you can almost see a butthole.
Well, you would see a butthole if they didn't have a swimsuit on.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That would be correct.
I guess it depends on how far you bend over.
If I was wearing nothing, Jeanna.
Well, that would make sense. That would make sense. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny because before, like when I started, it's so much different than when you learn about it, and it's almost like your body becomes this instrument that is showing your work. So in a way, it's not like I don't know. It's like you're showing your work. You're showing your instrument. Like it didn't felt to me like I was showing off, even though I was showing off my work, it wasn't like I'm trying to show you my butt. It's like I'm trying to show you like how I transform like those specific muscle, because this is the pose that can show that. So it's like, it's almost like an art show of like, this is my art and I'm showing it to you and I'm really proud of that work. So I think like from an outside perspective, because the girls are not wearing much, it can feel like I think a lot of people like see it as like a thirst trap, or like you're trying to show off, and it's like it's such a lack of like perspective. And again, it goes, I think, back into because they're not the person who went through the work, it's hard to understand like what it represents to the people doing it.
Yeah, right.
It's like I think really, like showing like your art of like this. I was able to like sculpt my body like this. Like I really like to think about that when I'm programming and everything. It's like I feel like we're the architect of our body, like in either performance or aesthetic. And like I don't know, or I do feel the older I get that I see like my body as kind of a vessel for my soul and like to learn. And everyone has boobs and butts, and like I just don't know why it's such a big deal. And if you're proud of it, like show it
off.
Like I think that's a really great way to think about it. I never thought about it that way, which is just thinking about that show as like an art show, like an art exhibit. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. That's exactly and just showing the work.
Yeah.
You're showing off your work.
The cool thing about a bodybuilding show is that you cannot it's like once you show up, the work is over. Like, it's like you can't outwork someone else during a show. Like you can't hide behind.
It's the final event.
You can't hide how your body looks in like any way. Like, I feel like in CrossFit, you can show up and it happens, the events are more to your advantage, or you happen to have a great mental day, or you happen to like peak with your, your body hormones and whatever. And there's so many things.
There's so many factors
that are outside just like what your body kind of is at this stage. Like it just, if mentally you're having like the best mental game, you can take your performance and add 20% to it. Mm-hmm. But in a bodybuilding show, it doesn't matter how focused your brain is, your body doesn't look different.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's like me every day. It's like I got to put my pants on. It's like, I feel good today. And then my pants are like,
not today.
Not today. Not today.
Today is not your day.
Today is not your day.
Not the day.
Yeah, but so yeah, I think that's how I really feel about it now, and it really, I feel like part of it also really helped like the way I see my own body, like in more of a like instrumental way. Then I'm like really enjoying training and like changing how I physically look. But also keeping like the fitness level high and like blending it all together.
Yeah.
Well, and I like that you're doing it from this nutrition standpoint and learning about that because I feel like there are so many people, and I'm just making an assumption that I just know like, oh yeah, hello.
Is she eating a Rice Krispie treat?
Oh, see, that would just be torture.
I'm just, of course, I'm the one. Like I'm sitting here, and I'm like, oh man, what is that?
Yeah, what she got.
What she got?
I want a bite of that. No, but I think that it's very cool that you're doing it from that standpoint of, and even like understanding, like you were saying, like, oh, the last 3 weeks I didn't feel the best and trying to figure out a way to make that better, because I feel like that could translate into, you could really help other people in that industry. Cause I do think that I just know from friends of mine that have done it. I mean, there really is like this yo-yo,
Oh yeah.
you know, and not knowing how to sustain after that. And then it's kind of like I talked to one girlfriend and she was like, well, I have to do another show because I'm just going to go back to where I was.
Yeah.
And
I
so
need
there's
something
like,
to keep me accountable and keep going there because
Right.
the habits behind it haven't been built properly.
right. And so I don't know how to sustain that. So I think that could be really beneficial for so many other people, just for you being the guinea pig.
Yeah, I know. I'm like the one
You're the guinea pig.
But I'm really happy to do it because I'm a complete nerd and I
Want the data.
Yeah, I really do. There's literally not much other reason than that, because I've been told so many times to do things a certain way by like, coaches and quote unquote expert and other expert. And from all the people that I've worked with in my life, like, to be honest, I can count on one hand the one that I truly see as like real expert that became huge mentor in my life. And I learned so much from them. And for this specifically, like this guy, Wadi, who owns the business called Tried and True, is the one that has been like my mentor through this. I think is the most knowledgeable person I've ever met, like nutrition wise and everything. And he's like, doesn't do real on social media. And like most people, he's not like that known, but in the bodybuilding industry, like everyone knows him and he's been there forever. And he's trained like every single fitness celebrity almost that but somehow no one talks about him. But I do, I guess. Yeah. But I love being the guinea pig. I want to help people for real. And I think, as you were talking about that, I was thinking about something and just came back. I also think that like people needs to keep in mind, and this is not everyone because I don't do that, but need to keep in mind that like a lot of people, in order to achieve those body, are doing like some supplementation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
/ drugs.
Yes.
/ drugs. So
right.
That's where like you need to be careful with like, what program you're following and who you're following. And also I wish like that side wasn't as taboo as it was, because there is definitely a lot of people that could benefit to get their hormones checked and like,
right.
If that's out of balance and, if they are not able to fix it through like diet and exercise, like maybe they should really go see a doctor who specializes in that, because they might need more help than they think. And that can keep you from achieving your goal too. If your hormones are out of whack, the rest gets really hard.
Yeah.
Zoe, what are you doing?
But I have to say, Jeanna, you look fantastic, and you had 4 kids.
Oh, well, I didn't give birth to all 4, but thank you. 2, because 2 are technically my stepchildren, but I raised them when they were little.
Still 4 kids in the house to take care of.
Yes. Well, as we know, that is the harder part, right? Is the raising more so than I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I feel like that's how we should call it pregnancy is. You're not having a child. You're raising a human for the next 20 years and more.
Oh, I know.
That should be like the pamphlet. Like it's the next 20 years
of your life. If maybe more. I mean, my youngest and my older 3 are like 10 years apart. So, Ruby, my youngest just moved out like 4 weeks ago. And I was sitting here and I was like, oh my God, like I have been raising children for, it's not 20 years, it's like 35, 30 years, it's just depending on how many you have and how spread out. It's like, you're in for the long haul. Yeah. And now my older, yeah.
Damn, you're in for it, baby.
It's a wonderful ride though. It really is. But it's also very challenging, but it's funny because with Ruby, my youngest, moving out, I was finally able to go, because, you know, there's been challenging times with all of them. And now that they're kind of all out and doing well, you just kind of get this sigh of like, okay, they're okay. You know, but man, that worry just, it continues.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Well, because I start to know now. Yes.
You already know.
Still, like, I mean, right now she's only trying to like find anything to climb on and jump off. And if there's anything on the floor, she'll try to eat it. And those are like, you know, her favorite.
Right.
Yeah, then you have to watch it. You gotta
dive off the couch.
Then you have to watch them because it's like there's all the outlets, right? Like, don't put your finger in there.
Oh, the outlet. Covered, but they'll find the one that's not covered that you forgot.
Oh yeah.
Or
Like,
then all
quick.
then they're crawling, and then they're crawling everywhere. Oh, but then you have stairs. They start going up the stairs because when you're at my mom's house, Cam, when you come out to visit, it's a house full of kids.
Oh, it's a daycare and a dog care.
And we've got some little ones. We've got some little ones that are like scooting.
Uh-huh.
And you got to keep an eye on them all the time.
They're all over.
Say, even though like it's the hardest thing, without a doubt, I've ever done in my life, I've never been as happy. Like the amount of joy and love and seeing my family come together is like, it's hard to express like how grateful I am. And I don't know if part of it is, you know, because we had such a rough start that I'm like 5 times more grateful. But, you know, doing Christmas with Dave and Zoe and just being content, like just being content by sitting and doing nothing is not something that I remember doing. And it's just the best feeling.
Well, it's hard to imagine your life before them.
Yeah,
you can't.
You don't know what they'll bring. And then they come and you're always tired and everything. And then they cry, and then you get this, and it's the best because they're so skinny and ridiculous at the same time.
Yeah, my 2 older kids they're starting to try for babies, so I'm very excited to have. I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's the best.
So excited.
You don't have them at night.
I know. And I'm like the jerk grandma that already told them. I was like, if you guys think I'm going to be daycare, I'm not going to be daycare. I will do like a week, like a weekend night or something, but there's just no way. I just got rid of the last one. There's just, it's not going to happen.
That yet.
I'm not as nice as Brooke's mom.
I think though, Jeanna Marie, I think that.
You think it's going to change?
I think that it depends. It really depends. Like,
I'm going to eat my words.
Like any of your kids have babies. Yes. Yes. But I think that I don't know. I feel like once Jordan has a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that especially if it's like a little boy, man, I think that you'll soften up. You'll want to have them more than you think that you do.
Well, no, believe me, I want my grandkids. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to like watch them like 5 days a week while they work.
Well, you definitely should not. Never. If you should learn from my mom's mistakes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, learn from my mom.
I want to be a grandma, not their mom.
My mom does so much, and really,
she's also stepped up in certain situations.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
it's a different situation.
There is that, but like, has my brother, really been milking it for years? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he knows it. Everyone knows it. So yeah, draw the line, and then because then it gives you the power where you can be like, oh no, I'll keep them. Yeah.
Well, no, I want to keep them.
No. Or I can watch them.
I know. I sound like a complete asshole I said a bad word. Sorry. Zoe's like going to start.
No, you don't
repeating
sound like
things I say.
You don't sound like that, because the reality is, like you said, you want to be a grandma. You don't want to be the daycare. And it's because like Cammy talked about, I mean, it's a full-time job. And,
yeah, man, I just did 30 years of it. I just want to break.
You earned your rest.
That's right. Well, no, it's funny because all the kids were, thinking I'm going to be so lonely and they want me to get a pet. And I was like, no, I don't want anything to take care of. Nothing.
Except for my plants.
Except for your plants. Yes. Yeah. The plants are easy. I water them once a week.
It's your me time.
Yeah, that's right.
Well deserved after 30 years.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to need to bounce back.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I don't know if that's
us too.
I just got to go.
Yeah. We got to go too.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much, Camille, for being with us.
Okay, but wait, Cam,
Love your family. Before
you go, just because you gave so much information about your business and stuff, just tell people where they can find you and where they could also, sign up or contact you if they would love to work with you as a coach.
Yes. So ferocefitness.com is the website. We're building a new app that's going to launch in February, which is very exciting. And we're about to start the challenge January 10. And in that challenge, I am the one doing pretty much everyone's nutrition. So I help everyone find their prescription and we reassess every week. And the challenge is like building that lifestyle.
Nice.
And we give like a lot of things, but it's like, let's find what works best for you and start there to bring consistency. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Féroce Fitness, FEROCE. Yeah.
Fitness.
Just want to make sure. Fitness.
All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you so much, Camille.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. All right. Dude, I'm so tired. What is wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm so tired too.
You guys, that is Camille Leblanc-Bazinet. She is such a badass. And definitely check out Féroce Fitness, FEROCE Fitness. And check out her challenge. And also, you could check out Naked Trainings Challenge because that's coming up as well. We just announced it.
Awesome.
But we are supporters of each other, so check it out. Other than that, thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, 5-star rating, 5-star warning.
And we will talk to you next week.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.